Jackson. Ba, ba, da, da, ba, ba, da, 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 da. Beat It, Billie Jean. Yeah, all those songs are created by Michael Jackson himself. And I'm not going to. Let's just see how freaking cool Michael Jackson is. And actually, I think that's the first time I've ever used freaking cool as a word. Yeah, whatever. Let's just get continuing. Okay. So, who was Michael Jackson? We all know who that guy is. That guy with the, I guess, clothes, those fancy clothes, great sunglasses, with wavy hair, the creator of the moonwalk, the creator of the album Thriller, the song Thriller, the song Beat It, and the song Billie Jean. Yeah, all of those. And it just turns out that these are all the best hits of all of Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson has a lot more history than you might think. He was a superstar since he was 8 years old. And he was a musician with the best-selling album of all time, aka Thriller. And he was the king of pop, and is still the king, or better yet, the emperor, in my opinion, of pop music. So Michael Joseph Jackson was born in Gary, Indiana on August 29th of 1958. The Jackson house was very tiny and very crowded. He was the seventh child of nine children. I'm just going to say here that is a lot of children. When he was born, he had 4 older brothers and 2 sisters. And yeah, everybody was pretty cool. His mother worked at a department store, and his father worked at a local steel mill. Okay, those two rhyme too much. Now, it doesn't mean it's a mill that creates gadgets to steal stuff. It's the place where they create steel. STEEL, that iron and, well, that alloy thingy. Okay, you figure out in my science videos, probably. And also, Joe Jackson, or Joseph Jackson, Michael Jackson's father, also played in a small band for extra money. It's called the Falcons. He practiced with the guitar a lot, and he was like, no one else touches my guitar except me, and just hit it and just slammed it into a closet, closed the door, and say, I'm not going to tell anybody where it is, even though his sons knew where it was by just like, what in the world, he doesn't even know where here, let's go. And they ran away, and then they knew the secret hiding place of their father's guitar. And so when their father wasn't around and the guitar was in the closet, they would usually take it out, and the oldest brother started trying to learn how to play. He learned how to play by himself by just studying his father very carefully. Eventually, one day, a string broke and he couldn't fix it. He just put it back into the closet and hoping that his father wouldn't notice, and then the father obviously would notice. And so he was about to be mad and explode when their mother came into the rescue. And then their father realized what talent they had. Years later, they created the Jackson 5. 5 songs per day, and Michael Jackson was the lead singer when he was 8 years old. But the bad thing is they had to perform at night, and that means he couldn't really get up well. He couldn't get up well at school. Something like this at school. Yeah, and more. Eventually, he had to quit school after he was able to graduate high school, but then I'm pretty sure he didn't really think of going to college. So the Jackson 5 finally decided to make their own records. But the only way they could create a record and to make the record making company notice them was by winning one of the best talent shows of the country. The Apollo. They had a talent show every Wednesday. And now Michael Jackson is going to be one of the lead singers. They had more than luck. They have more than luck. They have talent. And eventually Motown called, and they created their first record album. And then, well, Michael Jackson was bombarded and crushed by fans, mostly girls. And they scratched him by accident, and he really hates that. But he also loves playing pranks on other people. But his father didn't respect him very much. Didn't show respect for Michael's feelings. Sometimes he brought fans into Michael's hotel room while he was sleeping in the middle of the night. And Michael would wake up, the fans would be there, staring at him. Ugh. That is so disrespectful, Dad. And all I'm just going to say about it is that Michael Jackson eventually was able to create all of his best hits. Well, except the time when his head was burnt during the Pepsi ad. Eventually, he bought Beatles songs and was able to get a lot of money and become one of the richest musicians of all time. Yeah. One day, he even bought a park called Neverland. And eventually, he even had sons and daughters. And after playing concerts and trying to pay his debts, he died by having an overdose of a drug for painkilling for surgery by Dr. Conrad Murray. So Dr. Conrad Murray, who prescribed him these drugs, was blamed for Michael's death. His sentence was going to jail for 2 years. At Michael's funeral, a lot happened. His brothers dressed like him, dressed like in his music videos, and they even played one of his favorite songs. And that's all I can say about Michael Jackson. The thing about Michael Jackson is that he wasn't just the king of pop. He was the king of all kings of pop. The king of pop. That's all I can say. Michael tried his best. And he left the world with millions of fans. Who, some of them, scratched his face, but he still liked. And all this has just gone to the one thing. The king of pop. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys did enjoy this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next episode. And now, peace!